my voice on screen? Am I audible? Are you getting my voice on screen, guys? Are you listening? Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. That's it. Good. Guys, and please check it what we completed there in the last session. What we completed, guys. I think so. We are discussing about the differences between web application and distributed applications. You know already how many types of applications are available, guys. How many types of like applications we are able to prepare by using Java. By using Java, we are able to prepare. As please give response to all response to me. All of you must give response to me. How many types of applications we can prepare by using Java? How many types of applications we are able to prepare by using Java? Please respond for me. Two types of applications. What are the two types of applications there? First one is standalone applications, and second one is what? Enterprise applications or distributed applications. Okay, fine. Standalone applications or enterprise applications or distributed applications. Fine. Next one is after that, what is this standalone application and what is distributed application? If you have to this, standalone application is a Java application. It is a Java application. It will be designed and executed without using client server architecture, without distributing application logic over multiple machines, or by distributing the complete application logic within a single machine. Then that Java application is called as what? Standalone application. How many types of standalone applications are available, guys? How many types of standalone applications are available? Two types of standalone applications are available: CUI applications and GUI applications. What is the difference between CUI application and GUI application? CUI application is a standalone application. It will be designed in such a way to take input data from users through a command prompt and to provide output data to the users through the same command prompt, where command prompt is acting as an user interface and it is supporting only characters data. So here the command prompt is acting as an user interface supporting character data. So this is called as CUI. Right, sir. What is this GUI actually? GUI application is a standalone application. It will be designed in such a way to take input data from users through the collection of graphics components and to provide output data to the users through the same collection of graphic components, where the collection of graphic components are called as what? User interface. Collection of graphic components are called as what? User interface, and it is supporting graphics data. Enterprise applications here we provided there we started. If you design and execute any application on the basis of client server architecture or by distributing application logic over multiple machines, then that application is called as distributed application or enterprise applications. How many types of distributed applications and enterprise applications are available? Two types, no? One is web-based distributed application, or that is also called as web application. Remote-based distributed application is also called as simply a distributed application. That's it. Right, sir. Next one is what? What are the difference between web applications and distributed applications that we have to understand? So some few points here I discussed with you clearly. Web application is a client server application where the complete application logic is distributed in a server machine. Whereas distributed application is a client server application where the distributed application is a client server application. Alright, sir. Distributed application is a client server application where the complete application logic is distributed over client machine and server machine. In case of web application, client is fixed, that is browser. In case of distributed applications, client is not fixed. It may be a normal core Java program with main method, or it may be an applet, or it may be web component like servlet JSP. It may be a framework like application like Struts application or JSF application or Spring application. Next one is to prepare web applications, we need a set of technologies called as web technologies, CGS, servlets, and JSPs. To prepare distributed applications, we need a set of technologies called as like what now? Distributed technologies. Right, sir. Next one is what? What next one? You know, socket programming. That means examples I'm telling you: socket programming, RMI, Core by EJBs, web services. Web applications are executed by both web servers and application servers. Distributed applications are executed by only application servers. Okay, fine. Next one is what? Web application is a collection of web components like servlets and JSPs, which are executed by web containers like servlet container and JSP container. And distributed application is a collection of distributed components like EJB components, so which are executed by EJB container. Okay, sir. Then next, another point here I'm telling to you. Have I given any point related to dynamic response and communication? No. No. Now let's understand this clearly. Sixth point. The main intention of web applications is to generate dynamic response from server machine. The main intention of web applications is to generate dynamic response from server machine. The main intention of distributed applications is to establish communication between machines in order to get remote services. Okay, in the case of these web applications, main focus is going on dynamic response, but in the case of distributed applications, the main focus is going on communication between multiple machines. Then after that, how to consume the resources from remote machine. So this point I will give clarity once again, guys. Then through an example, I will show that point now. Okay, fine. Now these are the various points can be understood clearly. But then let me show one simple example. Let me ask one simple example. By that we can understand. By that we can understand. Guys, and please confirm to me. All of you get my voice clearly. All of you get my voice clearly. Please confirm to me. All of you know. Is my voice is clear? Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, Karthik, please check from your side. From my side, it's okay. Okay, good. Right, guys. Now, just one simple example here I'm telling you. Now try to understand it. By that, we are able to get some clarity. By that, we can understand what is standalone application and what is distributed application. There we need to, what's the requirement to go for distributed application? There we can understand it. Right, guys. Simple use case. Try to put constellation. Say for example, guys, observe this clearly. For example, can you tell me, guys, how many of you are using Airtel? How many of you are the customers of Airtel? Just if you are the customer of Airtel, just type myself. Yeah, like this. Give information. How many of you are the customers of Airtel? Wow, so many. Myself. Yeah, most of the people are Airtel customers only. What about Jio, sir? Speed is good. Jio, I think so. Jio has created a trend in market. So 1 year of time free. Only in Mumbai. Right, sir. Okay, good, guys. Right. Anyway, Airtel, more and more number of customers are for Airtel still now. Good. Right, good. Think of it. Wi-Fi is not reliable. Why? Okay, good. Think of it, guys. If you take this Airtel, how many customers you can identify for Airtel? Hmm. That's okay. It's okay. Now try to answer for my question, guys. Then whoever it may be, just try to understand it. How many customers you can find for Airtel? How many customers you can find for Airtel, guys? How many customers you can find for Airtel? more and more number of customers, more and more number of customers. Assume it. As of now, just assume it. How many customers are available? 1 lakh customers, for example. Lakhs of customers are available. I'm not saying only one. Billions and trillions of customers are available, but okay, fine. In our use case, I want to take 1 lakh number of customers. Okay, 1 lakh number of customers I'm taking now. This is 1, this is 2, like this is 3, and so on and so on and so on and so on. 1 lakh number of customers. All these are Airtel customers. Can I say now here I want to say customer 1, customer 111, and customer 222, and customer 333, and so on and so on and so on, and so on and so on and so on. Now here we can observe this clearly. Customer NNN I'm taking like this. Okay, this is, think of it, this is Airtel office. This is Airtel office. This is Airtel office. And here we had Airtel database. That Airtel has their own database, right? Think of it. That database they are maintaining or some other third party, that Airtel database is maintained here. That depends on your requirement here. Right. Now here what we are having there, Airtel. Good. After this clearly, this is Airtel database. Now database. Now tell me, in Airtel office there, in Airtel office, tell me guys, once again now give clarity for me. Once again now give clarity for me. Some of your Airtel customers know, out of these persons, in these persons, how many of your postpaid connection customers are, how many of your prepaid connection customers know? Which connection you had? Is it postpaid or prepaid? Prepaid, postpaid. Yeah, simple answer, not required to check for it, no. If no job, prepaid. If there is a job, postpaid. The people, those who are not working prepaid, the people, those who are working in companies there, then they're having postpaid. Yes, am I right? Just I'm kidding, yes. Then it is not the criteria. Okay, good. All right, sir. So some of you are available. Now tell me, all of you now tell me, those who are in postpaid now, definitely every month they need to get a bill from. They need to get, yeah. They see, and every month bill has to be generated or not. And every month bill has to be generated or not. Come on, guys. And every month bill has to be generated or not. Yes, and every month bill has to be generated. That's fine. How the bill is going to be generated now? Now check it. This is like what? No, a computer. Definitely they have to use computer. Definitely they have to use computer. So this is a system, for example. This is a computer. This is, I want to say, mission 1, computer 1, mission. A simple computer here I've taken, mission 1. Now inside this mission, to generate the bill, it has to interact with Airtel database or not? The customer details and their plans details and their consumed and bandwidth consumption and everything it has to take or not? So here it has to interact with the database now. It has to interact with the database. But to interact with the database to prepare this bill, definitely one program is required or not? Definitely one program is required or not? Understand, guys? Definitely here what we require now, one application program is required or not? Come on here. Software in the sense application only. Everybody must give response for it, right? All of you know, all of you answer for my questions here, right, sir? Application is required or not? Definitely we need an application. Definitely we required an application. Okay, all right, sir. So when we execute this program here, automatically it will interact with the database. It will get the required information from database. Then it able to prepare bill for the customers. So customer one bill is generated, and customer two bill is generated, and customer three bill is generated. Right, sir. Yeah, of course. Billing application or whatever it may be, some Java program I'm thinking no required. The bill has to be generated. Hmm. Now tell me guys, I'm asking one question to you. How many machines here we have used? How many machines here we have used? Please all of you respond for me. How many users we have? How many machines here we have used? Single machine. How many customers are available here? No? How many customers are available? A number of customers, 1 lakh number of customers here we provided. Only one machine, it has to generate bill for 1 lakh number of customers. Can you assume it? How much time it will take to generate bill for all the customers? How much time it will take? How much time it will take to generate bill for all the customers, guys? Just assume it. How much time it will take? No, that more time it will take or not? More time it will take or not? How much time? No, definitely maybe for 1 lakh number of customers. If you want to generate bill, if you are thinking like what I'm telling there, generating bill for a single customer, it may take 2 to 3 minutes of time. So maybe so much time it will take there. Maybe 5 months to 6 months of time it will take. 5 months or 6 months of time it will take. So to generate a particular month bill, if it takes 5 to 6 months of time, understand guys what I'm telling you know, 5 to 6 months of time, if it is taking no to generate bill, is there any meaning for our application? No? Is there any meaning for our application, guys? Is there any meaning for our application, guys? Tell me, guys, is it meaningful? Is our application is scalable? Is there any meaning for our application? What we are using? No, no. So what is the solution? I think so. Maybe I want to go for one solution, guys. What is that solution there? Can I increase resources in my computer one in my machine? I think so. Maybe I thought of it. RAM current speed of the RAM is a bit slow. Can I increase RAM for my machine one? Can I increase RAM for my machine one? No. Okay. As of now, I had like 8 GB RAM. Now 8 GB RAM I have used there. Can I increase from 8 GB to 32 GB? 32 GB. Come on here. I'm asking to all of you know. Can I increase the RAM 8 GB to 32 GB? Even though I used printers parallelly, but one computer, 1 lakh number of customers, no? How many days of time it will take? And 32 GB can I use? No? Huh? Yeah, even though if I use 32 GB or 64 GB or 128 GB, but the machine is only single machine, but the single machine at a time, that single machine can generate bill for only one user, one customer. Again, maybe the time still it is not scalable, still it is not feasible, right? Still that single machine resources are not sufficient or not. Even though we increased RAM capacity, but still that single machine resources are not sufficient to generate bill for all the customers or not. Understand it, guys? What I'm telling you. Even though in a single machine, how many tasks here we are able to perform, sir? There also be scalability problem will come. Maybe in a single processor, we can go for multiple tasks in the sense maybe at a time 15 tasks or 20 tasks here we are able to get. Whenever we are increasing number of tasks on a single processor, again performance problems will come. Yes, Rajesh Kumar, understand it now. So this is not the right solution to maintain a single mission in order to generate bill for 1 lakh number of customers. It is not the right solution. What we have to do? Now tell me, what is the right solution? What would be the right solution? Right solution would be, we have to increase multiple missions. Yeah, multiple missions here we have to take. Okay, like this, multiple missions here we have to take. How many missions? No, depends on the number of customers and depends on the resources, system resources. How many missions here we are going to take? So here we have to take multiple missions. Now before taking these multiple missions, now tell me, whatever the application here I installed in mission 1, whatever the application I deployed in mission 1, is this application is a standalone application or not? This application is having interaction with the database and getting required information and doing some task and providing some response. So this application, can I say this application is a standalone application or not? As of now, this application is a standalone application or not? This application is a standalone application or not? This application is a standalone application or not? Yeah, right. If you run and execute a single mission, a single application is a single mission, then it is called as what now? Standalone application. Okay, fine. Now here I'm going to take like what now? Mission 1, mission 2. Now here I'm going to take like what now? Mission 3, and so on and so on and so on. Mission 4, not mission 4, and mission N I have taken, for example. N in the sense, for each and every customer a separate mission. Don't think like this. Say for example, 100 missions, for example. Now what I'm trying to do now, same application, whatever the application is available in mission 1, same application I'm generating. At each and every mission, same program I installed, same application I installed. At all the missions, I installed the same application. Think of it, app application, the same application point of view, no difference, no? Same application here I have to provide. Application. Tell me guys, now what we require here? Application. Now tell me, here whenever I'm providing these applications, same application on multiple missions now. Now tell me guys, still my application is a standalone application or distributed application? Now tell me, what is my application now? Is it a standalone or distributed? Is it a standalone or distributed? Now we have to aware about the distributed application definition. If we design and execute any application on the basis of client server architecture, if you design and execute any application on the basis of client server architecture or by distributing application logic over multiple machines, then it is called as like what no? Distributed application. Right, sir? So we can have multiple processor in the same mission. Sir, yes, we are thinking about only multiple processors now, but to accommodate that processors, the hardware is not sufficient in a single mission. Maybe how many processors we can manage in a single mission? Now tell me, Rajesh Kumar. Maybe 2 processors, 3 processors. Is your hardware is sufficient? Is supporting for 100 processors at a time in a single mission? Now tell me. Is your hardware is supporting for 100 processors at a time? No, there also be hardware problems will come. Leave it. Now come for this one. Multiple missions here we have to take. Okay. Now tell me, in multiple missions, each and every in multiple missions, the same application I installed, that same application is interacting with the database and it is generating bill for all the 1 lakh number of customers. Now tell me, here work speed is increased or not? That means previously it might be taken 5 months to 6 months of time it is taking now, but whenever we have taken multiple missions like this 100 missions, if we take now, definitely that bill will be generated within 10 days of time or not? Tell me guys, after the month 10 days of time, that bill will be generated or not? So 10 days of time is sufficient to generate bill for all the customers now. That's okay. So we are able to achieve our particular problem here. So by increasing number of missions, we can by increasing number of missions we can solve the problem. So previously 5 to 6 months of time it is taking, now 10 days of time. That's okay, fine. It's proper. It's okay, fine. But here there is a small problem. What is the problem, guys? Now observe this clearly. Say for example, mission one is generating bill for customer one. Mission one is generating bill for customer one. Guys, observe carefully. All of you observe carefully. Mission one is generating bill for customer one. Okay. All these applications are executed anonymously on each and every mission. Independently, these programs are running on each and every mission. When mission one is generating bill for customer one, then mission two has to generate bill for which customer? Mission two has to generate a bill for which customer? Mission two has to generate bill for which customer? To the same C111. That means for C11 customer or some other customer. Hmm? Mission one is already generating bill for first customer. Mission two must not generate bill for first customer. It has to generate bill for other customers. Similarly, mission 3 has to generate bill for other customers which are not generated bill from mission 1 and mission 2. That means all the missions have to generate bill for same customer or other customers. Everybody has to understand it. So all the missions have to generate bill for different customers or to the same customer. Come on, guys, you have to give answer for my question. All the missions has to generate, all the applications have to generate bill for different customers or to the same customer. If all the missions are generating bill for the same customer, then what is the use of this environment? See, think a minute of it. If mission 1 is generating bill for first customer, mission 2 is also generating bill for first customer, mission 3 and mission 100 is also generating bill for same customer, what is the use of this much of environment? What is the use of this much of infrastructure? So it's a problem or not? So here the point is what? So all the missions, all the applications which are in a different missions must generate bill for different customers. So now tell me, if we want to generate bill for all different customers now, what we require, sir? What we require? What we require? If you want to generate bill for all the different customers now, what we require? Definitely communication is required between all the missions or not? Communication is required between all the missions or not? No response, guys. The communication is required between all the missions or not? Which type of communication? Mission 1 is generating C111, then it has to give information to all the other missions. Already I generate bill for C111. Don't generate bill for C111. You have to take the responsibility to generate bill for some other customers. So we required communication. We required communication between all the missions. We need communication between all the missions. Yes, am I right? We need communication between all the missions. Yes, sir. Now tell me, when we establish communication between all the applications, communication between all the missions, in the sense, of course, networking is sufficient, but mission to mission communication is not sufficient for me. Application to application communication is required or not? Mission to mission communication, we can achieve it by providing some network, but by providing some protocols, that's okay. But here my requirement is what? I need the communication between application to application or not? Application to application are required or not? This communication here. Come on here. Now tell me now. Yeah. How we are able to achieve this communication, to provide this communication? How we are able to achieve this communication? Come on, guys. Now to provide this communication, then what we have to do? So when applications are in communication, whenever applications are in communication, automatically this total setup, this total thing is like what now? Which type of application it is now? Automatically this is becoming as a distributed application or not? Automatically this total environment is becoming as a distributed environment or not? The total environment is becoming as a distributed environment or not? Right, that is the requirement to go for distributed applications. This is the reason why we have to go for what? Distributed applications. That's it. This is the reason why we have to go for like what? No, distributed applications over standalone applications. Come on, guys, what I'm telling to you. See, now tell me, Previously, when communication is not existed between the applications, no, still that applications are standalone only. They're running on single missions, no, okay, fine. But when applications are having communication, when we establish communication between all the applications, no, automatically that environment is becoming as distributed environment. That messages are exchanged, messages are distributed, and the like what I'm telling there, data is going to be transferred from one mission to another mission. Like this, some kind of communication is established. Whenever applications are executed with communication, whenever applications are executed with communication, automatically this environment, this total applications part and this total environment is becoming as what? Distributed environment. This total environment is called as what now? Distributed environment. Of course, Rajesh, to manage this total all the missions potential and scalability, and to manage all this communication and everything, overall we are going to take an application which will monitor all the applications and all these things. Now that's okay, then part of this Airtel only I'm talking there. So this total environment is nothing but what? No, distributed environment. Right, sir. Now this application is becoming as what? Distributed application or not? Yeah, to have communication we need one more application. That application is nothing but what? Distributed application. Yeah, of course, but with the communication, they're executed with the communication. Previously they're executed anonymously, where there may be a chance to generate bill for all the customers, but with the communication, if all these applications are executing, no, they're working for different customers, and they're providing services for different customers. So this is exactly called as like what? No, distributed environment here we are getting. So in this use case, what we understood, sir? In this particular example, what we understood? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly point. How to establish communication between the applications? For that purpose only we have to go for distributed technologies. To establish the communication between all, we have to go for like what? No, which technologies we have to use there? Distributed technologies. Hemant. Exactly. Individual programs are executed, and these programs has to be executed with some communication, that communication and how they are going to be executed, that everything would be monitored by another software. That software or the technology is called as what? Not distributed technologies. Because of that reason we are having socket programming, because of that reason we are having EJBs, because of that reason we are having like what? No, like a core bar. Because of that reason web services are available. Because of that reason what we are having there, no, web services are available. These technologies are provided because of this particular communication only, because of this particular execution of these multiple programs with the communication only. For that purpose only the distributed technologies are available. The distributed technologies are providing the content here. Understand it clearly, guys? All of you get my point or not? That's okay, fine. Now this is from this what we understood clearly. Standalone to distributed environment, standalone to distributed environment here we are getting. Right, sir. That we are understanding. That's okay, guys. Next one is, and people are having one more question. People are having one more question. What about this question? No? Can I use only web application? Can I use only web application or only distributed application to prepare enterprise applications? Hmm. Come on, guys, answer for it. Guys, for advanced Java already material, one material is already uploaded in the drive. In the drive, please check that. There we can get that advanced Java material. PDF file is existed already. Okay. But then now let me create a channel. Then after that, I want to provide these notes on topics wise. Don't worry for it. Yeah. Now tell me, guys, can I use only web application or only distribute application to prepare enterprise application? This is a question, guys. You have to give answer for it. Yes, all of you respond for me. Can I use only web application or only distributed application to prepare enterprise applications? Right, sir. Okay. Now, answer for this question is no. No. In enterprise applications, we need both web and distributed applications. In enterprise applications, we need both web and distributed applications. I'll give you clarity. I'll give some clarity, guys. All of you understand it, guys. Right, guys. Just 1 minute gap I have taken. 1 minute gap I have taken there. Now try to understand it clearly. Okay, fine. Now understand it clearly. I want to take one more diagram here. For example, what I'm trying to say, see, for example, Durgasoft is the best example. Durgasoft is providing online payment system, for example. Durgasoft is providing online payment system. So we can expect this is durgasoft.com. Think of it, guys, what I'm telling you. This is durgasoft.com. www.durgasoft.com. Here we have like what no an application. This is like what no, an application. You can understand no, a Java application or whatever it may be. Durgasoft website and it has one application. Okay. Now to provide online payment system for every student, what we require the data. This is registration form or something else. Registration form. Then inside this, then what we are able to provide there, student name. Then after that, course. Then what course is looking there. And then after that, next one is the fee, course fee. Then after that, what we require here, credit card number. Then after that, expiry date. Okay. And then after that, CVV, something else. All the details here we require, and finally here what we require, no, submit. Right. These many details here we require. Right, sir. These are the various details we required if you want to go for online payment for the courses at Durgasoft. Okay, fine. Now here, what I am telling to you clearly for this, guys, now tell me, all of you now tell me, here user can fill it, this, and user will submit some data. All of you understand this clearly, what I'm telling to you. Now, I want to fill the data. I'll provide some details here now. I'll provide some details. What details here we are going to be provided here? Observe carefully. What details here we are able to get? All the details here we are able to provide. Say for example, student name. Say for example, student courses, for example, Java, and fee of that student might be 10,000. 10,000. Then after this 10,000, what we understood there, I need to enter like a credit card number. Say for example, ABC123, some credit card number. Expiry date, something else like here we can provide 12 and 2025, for example. And CVV, you can understand 1 to 3. Right, so then after that, I need to click on the submit button. We need to click on submit button. Yes, am I right? Whenever we click on the submit button, when we click on the submit button, then what we have to do, sir? When we click on the submit button, what we have to do there? Now tell me. When we click on submit button, then what we have to do? Automatically, data will come to this website or not? Durgasoft.com website. Then what this application has to do now? What this application has to do now? What this application has to do now? Tell me. This application has to take the data, then automatically application has to confirm. Application has to confirm. Application has to confirm student registration, the payment confirmation. Then it has to give some response to client. Then it has to give some response to client. Right, sir. Client in the sense that registration form. Some may be success or failure. It has to give some response. Everybody has to understand this. Some response it has to give there. What would be the response here? Directly we can understand it. No, registration success or maybe payment received successfully. Payment received successfully. Something else. Some message here it has to provide. Okay, course registration is successful. Course registration is successful. All right, sir. Good. Now, but my requirement is what? Of course, Durgasoft has its own database. Now it's able to interact with the database also. Durgasoft has its own database. Okay. Then here it will, that application will interact with this database now. Okay. All of you observe carefully. It will interact with the database. That's okay, fine. Now my requirement is when we submit this data to the Durgasoft now, when we submit data to the Durgasoft, Durgasoft.com, now tell me, is it possible for Durgasoft application to complete the total transaction, debiting 10,000 amount from the student credit card and doing this kind of transaction? Is it possible for Durgasoft performing this type of transaction? Respond for me. Is it possible? Is it possible for Durgasoft? Is it possible for Durgasoft to do this transaction? Tell me, guys. In general, the transactions could be done by whom? Who will do this type of transactions? Who will perform this type of transactions? Is a bank people, bank applications. Banks are doing this type of transactions or not? Definitely, banks are doing this type of transaction. Am I right or not? Banks are doing this type of transaction or not? Yes, they require some banks now. Banks will require some transactions. Banks require. Okay, bank people will do this type of transaction. Okay, fine. When bank people are doing this type of transaction, do you think about it? Durgasoft has any bank application or any has any bank? Durgasoft has any bank here? Any banking service? No. No, Durgasoft is not having any banking service. So Durgasoft Durgasoft has to depending on Durgasoft has to be depending on Durgasoft has to be depending on Durgasoft has to be depending on a particular bank or not. Now this is exactly like what no a bank. Which bank here? Say for example www.hdfc.com. So this hdfc.com has their own HDFC has their own application. This is HDFC application. Okay, understand my point here clearly. Guys, analyze this point here. What I'm telling to you. Analyze this point. What I'm telling to you clearly. Guys, all of you observe this clearly. Analyze this one. What exactly the application here I'm saying to you. Now try to analyze this. Analyze it. What I'm telling to you. One minute, sir. 1 minute. Guys, that's okay. Fine. Now let's move on to the point here. So now here what I'm telling you, now this is about like what no application here we have taken. Now this is HDFC application here what we have taken. Now inside this HDFC application, this also be like what no an application here. This also be an application. So like what happened there? These bank people are also be having their own database here. Bank people are also be having their own database now. So they will contact with, they'll interact with this particular one. Right, so they're going to interact with their database also. Okay, fine. Now understand this. Whenever request is coming to the Durgasoft from registration form, application has to store necessary data in the database, no? And to perform this bank transactions, Durgasoft has to interact with, has to interact with which application there? HDFC application. It has to interact with HDFC application, then it has to get required transaction that HDFC bank application has to perform transaction. Then after that it has to give a response back to Durgasoft application. Then Durgasoft application will confirm the transaction and as well as like what no, that the student registration process, and it has to give some response back to the respective student. Going on this. Okay, fine. Now tell me, all of you now tell me once again one more point. So whenever we click on submit button, the total request will come to the Durgasoft application. Durgasoft application is a required bank services. So for the sake of getting bank services, it has to interact with what no HDFC application. But now tell me guys, all of you now tell me, HDFC bank is providing transaction. That's okay. It's like account to account transaction. No, the account to account transaction it can do directly. For example, if you go to HDFC bank, where if you say in my account some 10,000 amount is available, so this is a target account, to the target account just you can transfer the amount. Now if you say like this account they can do, maybe within the same bank or in two different banks, so that's okay, that doesn't matter. But here the situation is it has to perform transaction on the basis of the credit card or not. It has to perform transaction on the credit card or not. Come on guys. So that the HDFC bank has to perform transaction on credit card or not? Yes, it has to perform transaction on credit card. Now tell me, is it possible for HDFC people to do transaction with credit card now? Is it possible for HDFC people to do credit card transactions? Now they require credit card services or not? They need credit card services or not? HDFC people require credit card services or not? Definitely they require credit card services. So who will provide that credit card services now in outside gear? Say for example, HDFC people, so many credit card service providers are available. Think of it. One of the credit card service provider might be then what I'm telling there. Say for example, www.mastercard.com. Mastercard.com. Mastercard.com. Then immediately then what happened, you know, whenever they are taking this mastercard.com, they had their own application. That application is also be having, they're also maintaining their own database to count how many transactions they have done with this credit card and that credit card history. Then they have to maintain that. Some database they have to manage. Of course, they're able to manage their own database, no, but details are not same in all the databases. The details would be different, no, in all the databases. So they have to interact with this database also, and they have to get the required details from this database. Now this is an application. We can understand this clearly. All of you guys observe this clearly. Then here what happened there, when a flow of execution is coming to HDFC, now HDFC people required card transactions, so they are not having card services there. Immediately they'll interact with what? Mastercard.com. Of course, the student credit card is Mastercard only, and then Mastercard.com will do their, that means they will do their process. No, when they complete their process, they'll give some response back to what? No, back to the HDFC people, and HDFC people will give some response back to Durgasoft people. Then Durgasoft people will confirm the student registration on the basis of the transaction. Then after that, Durgasoft has to confirm the student registration of their courses. Guys, now all of you observe this clearly. What I'm telling you, know, all of you understand this. Everybody has to understand this. I'm going to give some conclusions. No, what conclusion here I'm telling to you? Listen carefully. Everybody has to understand this. Everybody has to understand this. Now this registration form and Durgasoft.com is doing some work here. Registration and Durgasoft is doing some work. This part is called as web layer or web application. So registration form is available, filling the data, click on submit button, request will come to the application. Here maybe a servlet will be available, that servlet will take the data and servlet will contact with some other application, maybe delegate that request to some other distributed component. Distributed component will contact with that, then it is getting distributed component will get that response from here, and servlet will generate some response back to the respective client, maybe servlet or JSPs, whatever it may be. Up to this part, web layer or web application. Is my point is clear to all of you guys? What exactly web application? What is web layer? Are you getting this one? That web layer is mainly for user interface purpose or not? User interaction purpose or not? User can interact with our application through the web layer or not? If web layer is not available, then where user can interact with our application? Think about it. No. If web layer is not available, where user can interact with that? Okay. Next one is, apart from that, what I am telling to you, guys, all of you observe this clearly. After completion of this, observe carefully exactly this part and exactly this part. This part, Durgasoft application is contacting with the HDFC application. HDFC application is communicating with the MasterCard and doing some kind of work. Exactly, this is exactly called as what? Distributed environment. This is exactly called as what? Distributed environment. Guys, all of you are getting it or not? Distributed environment. So in the distributed environment, distributed applications, Durgasoft has to communicate with HDFC. HDFC has to communicate with what? No, MasterCard. So here communication is main. Getting services easily we can access the method. Consuming the service in the sense just accessing the method, that's okay. It's not at all the big deal. But establish the communication between other applications. Right, this program is running parallelly, this program is running parallelly. So this isn't distributed. This program is running parallelly, this program is running parallelly, then this is distributed. Logic is executing here and logic is executing here. So this is like what? No, distributed. Here also logic is executing here, logic is executing here parallelly, distributed. Here we require server side, here we require server side, here we require server side. Okay, understand my point clearly? Right, sir. Here in web, in a distributed technologies, number of technologies are available. We can achieve this application to application communication by using network socket programming and by using like what RMI also. But web services are having some importance here that we will discuss there. Maybe in web services, when I'm going to take separate course, no, there we will talk about it. But web layer, this is web layer. The remaining part is what? No, distributed environment. Now tell me, this totally an enterprise application. In enterprise application development, what we require there? Can I use only web layer? Is that web layer is sufficient to prepare enterprise applications? Web service is not the part of this course, guys. No, that will be separate now. Right, sir. Now tell me, is that web layer is sufficient to complete our enterprise application? No. Is the distributed layer, is the distributed environment is sufficient to complete our enterprise application? Is a distribution environment, distributed application is sufficient to complete our enterprise application? No. Then what we require to complete our enterprise application? To complete our enterprise application, then what we require? What we require? To complete this enterprise environment, we require both web and as well as what? Not distributed environment. Web layer and distributed layer both we required. So web application and distributed application both we required. So then only this is exactly like what? No, like enterprise application. In that way here we require the content. That's it. Now there the use cases here we can understand today. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot. And tomorrow we'll plan for next new topic. Tomorrow we are going to understand about the new topics there. No? Guys, and all material details and everything, just we can contact with Bhavani. She's our admin, then she will give information to you regarding that. Okay. Thank you. Next class on tomorrow. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock we'll discuss that, and within few minutes I'll start JDBC. And JDBC introductory part we are discussing it, and just 5 minutes, same link we can use for the next one, then we can go for it. Yeah. Just now, just 9 a.m. 9 a.m. I'll go for JDBC class. Just within 5 minutes, I'll start JDBC class. Yeah, all material details and everything we can contact with our admin guys. Bhavani, she'll provide all the information to you now. Yeah, package students are mandatory now. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot. JDBC class is required. JDBC class is required. Without JDBC, we can't do anything, right? Thank you. Thanks a lot.